unemployment,
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 Unemployment is at 9.2, and unemployment is at 9.2, and unemployment is at 9.2. Inflation is skyrocketing. We're on the verge of losing our majority.
Unemployment doesn't constitute a natural disaster, Mr. President.
This is a fundamentally different look at how to solve the problem of unemployment. It has the size and the scope of the New Deal.
You've been president for 6 months. And again, I want to get this right. Unemployment has gone up. Unemployment has gone up. Unemployment has gone up. Our trade deficit with China has increased. The number of vetoes has skyrocketed. I'm not entirely sure that I'm confident that you'll be able to eradicate unemployment the same way you've been able to eradicate your approval polls.
In Washington, D.C. alone, we've managed to reduce unemployment by over a third and put 25,000 people to work.
The ones sitting at home collecting unemployment, the lazy ones, it's not us.
In this house, he's filed for unemployment benefits twice, each time after being fired from his job at an engineering firm.
East Carlson Street. So does Dempsey.
Briggs collects unemployment, lives with his mother at Cantor and 3rd.
Sure. And on the way home, we can stop the unemployment office because when Odessa finds out, she's gonna fire my ass.
I can't imagine why.
Took it pretty hard, though. He quit his job, he went on unemployment.
Now, if unemployment goes up more than 0.2, I want the Fed to consider
virtual,
virtual,
virtual, virtual,
virtual.
I do know what it's like, Kent. It's a virtual world. It's a virtual world. It's a virtual world. Your son has created an avatar of himself.
Teaching assistant. Instead, you are running some kind of virtual casino. Virtual casino. Virtual casino.
It's a variation on a virtual autopsy device. On a virtual autopsy device. On a virtual autopsy device.
Lives have become digital. Our friends, now virtual. And everything you could ever want to know is just a click away.
Movies together in these sort of virtual worlds.
Live action. We used virtual lenses for the other 2/3.
And the conversion from virtual to actual became sufficiently viable.
Crying together.
And in some way, the virtual experience is more rewarding because there's an actual dialogue going on.
I basically created a virtual autopsy. It's not as good as a regular autopsy.
Too engrossed in their virtual world to be bothered by people dying in the real one.
harsh,
harsh, harsh,
harsh,
harsh.
That was a little harsh, don't you think, Ev?
Seems a little harsh, doesn't it? It's just people letting off steam.
If that was harsh, it was harsh, it was just tough love.
I've been a little harsh on him. Young lady, have you ever said something to someone and then regretted it immediately?
Dude, harsh. Sometimes you just gotta be a man.
You think our ways are harsh? That was harsh. You okay? Oh, wait. Yes, there is.
Don't be too harsh on your brother.
I was pretty harsh on you. I mean,
Mr. Lance, you don't have to.
Oh, I do.
Wow, harsh.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
wisdom, wisdom,
Wisdom.
Deeply touched me with your person, with your wisdom, with your wisdom, with your wisdom, your courage, your kindness.
Today, looking for you. No school? No, I got some teeth pulled today.
Wisdom teeth? Wisdom teeth? Wisdom teeth?
Sugar rock.
Thanks. Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. And what's that?
Lady Cassia, come sit beside me. Give me the benefit of your wisdom.
Cool.
So, got any words of wisdom for a kid trying to make it in the world?
Why? The knowledge and wisdom within must endure in case we are unable to stop him.
I would never try to replace you. With age comes wisdom.
I know, Master Chow.
Thanks for the foxy wisdom.
It's temporary.
I'm told that some people are just nice. I'm trying to embrace that wisdom.
You'll just try to find someone else, and it won't work, and it shouldn't work.
So that's the great wisdom you're imparting?
You're so obsessed with me getting laid.
It works for me. It's called passing on wisdom. Also pimping.
Overcome. Overcome.
Overcome. Overcome.
Overcome.
Taught us to be strong, that we could overcome any obstacle that we faced, to fight.
And we shall do this. We shall overcome, overcome, overcome.
Well, no way to overcome that one. Oh, wait a minute, there is one way.
The problem is I had a little minor setback that we had to overcome from a couple weeks ago.
Like that?
What we mean is, did he have to overcome any difficulties as a child?
Well, no, not
I know, but what an excellent opportunity for you to overcome those fears, you know? You'll do great.
1. Scorpion 0.
Oh, how did you overcome my mind control?
With a poison that's stronger than yours.
He tried to remove the shoes, but only the strongest will can overcome their control.
Hey, Mom, I'm trying to write this stupid college essay question, and I really don't even know where to start.
Okay, what's the question? Tell me.
What's the biggest obstacle you've ever had to overcome?
The unexpected twists and turns. The disappointments you overcome.
Lives. Some of us have to overcome more than others.
I know that.
So, get over it, princess.
You thought it didn't work, but it did. The root allows you to overcome your fears by facing them.
I can't. But you're the light one. Whatever this force is, you'll overcome it.
Sector. Sector. Sector.
Sector.
Sector.
They needed a sector of the city evacuated.
Which sector? Which sector? Which sector? Did you hear?
No.
Okay, I broke the crowd into sectors. I followed 6 people at a time from the minute they showed up till the riot started.
On my way out.
What? You're a pup. What are you, 40?
Got an offer from the private sector. Private sector. Private sector.
Man, you should have joined the private sector, Professor.
What are you getting out of all this?
What do you mean?
Why'd you leave all that money in the private sector and come work down here?
Let's go. We got a job to do. Your basic human needs disgust me. Get out of here. Do we have temperature control in this sector?
On it.
All employees from Sector 4, please stand clear.
Everybody, listen up. I've got some provisions. I think we need to get far away from here where the zombies can't get to us.
We cleared this sector, Zach. We're safe here. Don't worry about it.
Like where?
Machu Picchu.
Macho what?
Where's that?
Zach, we cleared the sector.
Kyle, stop interrupting your...
Apache helicopter went down this sector 2 days ago. The sources tell us the pilot was captured.
Come on a worse day. The technology sector is tanking.
We've got a report on a body in Section 22. Anyone local?
Lannon.
No emergency.
Copy that. Sector Charlie canceling response.
Defend.
Defend. Defend. Defend.
Defend.
Therapies, that's a PhD. Do you want to defend the innocent, defend the innocent, defend the innocent, and secure justice for all?
Corners are easier to defend, to defend, to defend.
As a Marine, I swore an oath to defend the United States of America against enemies both foreign and domestic.
You got to do something about it.
Me? Look, I'm defending baseball.
It's time for you to step up and defend the Phillies.
No, whistle first. That way the pirates know we're aware of them and are ready to defend the ship.
The government of the United States has not deviated from its basic demand of
claims to defend human rights. It not only does not defend them, it violates them for all nations.
Reported unexplained American deaths, questionable battlefield tactics.
The leak has forced the White House to defend its Afghan strategy.
Leonard been practicing?
Been practicing for what?
County fairs tomorrow. You got yourself a title to defend.
Mitigate the charges.
You really want to defend this guy, or are you just taking this personally because of the black and white leaves on your family tree?
Boy, it wasn't your job to defend her. That man was just protecting what was his.
I don't need you to defend me.
Murderers! A little over a week ago, I thought perhaps a test of your ability to defend yourself was in order. It was.
Affect. Affect. Affect.
Effect. Affect.
Alicia, I know this will probably affect our friendship, but I really believe this campaign needs a woman.
You just smoked crystal meth, dude.
Crystal meth? It's not gonna affect you.
It's not gonna affect me. What are you talking about?
At great personal expense.
I know.
So I don't know what you think.
Diane, you don't have to hear this.
What, will it affect the judgeship?
I don't know. It might.
And please rest assured, Clarence, that nothing will affect my work. Nothing.
How does that affect you?
I mean, you're just not. You're nice people, but you're not gonna live lives that affect the world like that, and you all know it.
Car accident. Did it affect her? You have no idea.
Oh, come on. Talk about undue publicity. You're telling me that didn't affect the jury pool.
No, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter.
Oh, SSRI.
How does it affect a person's sex life?
So are we all okay with this?
This is a decision that will affect the rest of our lives. I'm not taking it lightly.
Specific. Specific. Specific.
Specific.
Specific.
The wrong people to date.
Are we talking about anyone specific? Specific? Specific?
What they're of?
You're not trying to sketch something specific. Specific.
You know, in his own very specific way, he is really awesome.
They have a whole section now for your sister's engagement party cards.
This is really specific.
Yeah.
Do you know who was? I cannot recall any specific names, but if you look through our record...
Well, that's not a surprise. You're very specific, too. You have the make, the model, the mileage.
Oh, no.
Any chance you can be more specific?
Why? You want something specific?
It's Lee!
Oddly specific, but yes!
Help! Somebody!
That's why the rules of the sacred onyx Shaolin are so specific.
Specific how, specifically?
You really don't know, do you?
I think I'm the culprit. 2.6 million is a rather specific figure.
Deborah, a few times. Could you be more specific?
Don't push it.
Don't worry.
And remind them of my past.
I said nothing specific. I would never betray the doctor-patient confidentiality.
Be more specific.
If you've got a weapon, then grab it!
Lightning. Lightning.
Lightning.
Lightning.
Give me some lightning. Again. Hit him again.
Looks like he was struck by lightning.
More than once.
What could have done this? Besides lightning. Beats me.
I've heard about that in people who have been struck by lightning and electrocuted on the third rail, but...
You're such a Girl Scout.
Yes, I am. But you're still gonna have to protect me. I'm so scared of lightning.
Beautiful, isn't it, huh? God, I miss New York, though.
So why are you here?
The lightning lives here.
It was a huge storm. With all of the lightning and darkness, it must be very disorienting.
I can give one, too. You ready for the thunder? Well, here's the lightning. Oh, son of a...
Could be some kind of neuropathy. Syphilitic lightning pains.
lightning bolt. You porn.
I swear to God, Ben, it was struck by a bolt of lightning.
Town of buttermilk mines. Lee and I could get to like this friend of yours.
I mean, it's like blaming you for the lightning on Honey Hill.
Oh, yes, I heard about the lightning.
Source.
Source.
Source. Source.
Source.
Turns out that our reporter, Paul Whitaker, has a burner cell phone that he uses to talk to confidential sources, to confidential sources, to confidential sources. It's the same number that Tyler Ferris made calls to.
So Ferris was a source or a paid informant, so that's how they knew each other.
Lies are a necessity. They are the source of meaning, of belief and hope.
Address wish list. Told by who?
I have a source. I have a source. I have a source.
A source you trust?
Very much so.
Who lived here when I was about. She might still be on the island. She'd be an inside source. Knows all about the camp, can get us in.
I've got a source in Colombia we're gonna have to extract.
There is no alternative power source.
They were once the source of the Lin Kuei's power, but they were stolen from us centuries ago.
Shots on the night of the murder. The source tells me a low-level banger named Maxie was the one doing the shooting.
Well, Castle, looks like we will get our motive straight from the source. Mr. Kyle Jennings is officially awake.
Who's your source in all this? The vigilante.
Cocculus indicus. It's a natural source of picrotoxin, which will counteract effects of barbiturates.
Okay, so I retrofitted the cooling system with the wheelchair's power source to create an energy damper.
Threaten.
Threaten.
Threaten. Threaten.
Threaten.
Dark was a man of honor. And I am not. Threaten me again, threaten me again, threaten me again, and I'll have you thrown into the sea.
I'm sure Tyrion did not mean to threaten the king, threaten the king, threaten the king.
Maybe the carousing part.
So she didn't threaten to fire you, threaten to fire you, threaten to fire you.
Yes, sure, all the time, but...
To, break your balls and threaten you. God, that would be hilarious.
Steal our victim and then threaten to sue us?
Sir, it's a legal chicken and egg problem.
Don't yell, don't bully, don't threaten them in any way. It's all about keeping them calm.
You threaten enough guys, you get a feel for their honesty.
But you wouldn't have really crushed them.
No, of course not.
I'm gonna go Puerto Rican on your ass. Since when do you threaten me?
My God, Odessa.
You did not just threaten that.
Look, I'm having fun.
So we're gonna go in and follow our normal game plan, and then I'm gonna grab the maid and threaten her.
If you ever threaten them again, you can find someone else to help you with your daddy issues.
Finally, feel me.
Threaten me all you want. If I talk, I'm a dead man.
Why would you do that, Danny? What'd you threaten him with?
He didn't threaten me. Steve, listen to me. I signed the paper. Everything's okay. Just please talk to Grace and tell her I'm okay, and then I'm gonna call her soon.
Hesitate. Hesitate.
Hesitate.
Hesitate.
Hesitate.
If you get her in your sights, do not hesitate. Do not hesitate. Do not hesitate. Do you understand?
All right, Claire, I'll go. But don't hesitate to call. Don't hesitate to call. Don't hesitate to call if you need anything at all.
If you ever meet them, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate.
This here's Stevesy. Anything you need, you tell me, he'll do it.
Don't hesitate. Good to meet you.
But that don't mean for a goddamn second that I won't hesitate to drag your ass in.
Pull your file right now. I'm Detective Hood. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to call.
When have I ever known you to hesitate about a drink, my friend?
Hands of Cain, Chancellor Cain?
Yes. You won't hesitate to do what needs to be done.
Immediately, you don't hesitate. Me, the baby.
Any heat. If you have any problems, don't hesitate to call.
Thank you, Dr. House.
Please, just do not hesitate to ask.
Catch him. Layla is in the hands of men who won't hesitate to kill her if things go bad.
Typical.
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 Typical. Typical.
Pretty typical stuff.
Well, it's not typical to me, sir. Typical to me, sir. Typical to me, sir.
Bob Cleverly was a typical football coach that you loved but feared too, you know, and
We're just typical people.
God damn, this is so typical of you.
Because I'm a fucking coward.
Typical, I guess. Come on, Don.
very much the typical American family.
Violated that code. In a typical superhero, that would trigger a crisis of faith.
It's typical. You always take me for granted, Jim.
You haven't started packing yet. That is so typical, but no worries, I will help you.
Last night, he looked so well. Of course, would happen to a foreigner. It's typical.
Don't be ridiculous.
What was your shift?
It was fine. Typical.
What is it, Matt? What do you always say to me? Fine. Typical.
Routine. Routine. Routine.
Routine.
Routine.
I have a routine. I have a routine. I have a routine, okay? My alarm goes off at 4:30. I have 3 egg whites and a half-calf coffee with almond milk.
We got a problem, David?
Nah, it's okay. I know your routine. I know your routine. I know your routine. It's pattern. It's for effect.
Again? We were hosed on yesterday.
Routine follow-up. Routine follow-up. Routine follow-up. Shouldn't take long.
Oh my God, they're playing good music.
Holy shit. Holy shit. They are. They're playing good music.
Living room routine.
Living room routines. Yeah.
Emergency channel. I do, like many of you, appreciate the comforts of the everyday routine, the security of the familiar, the tranquility of repetition.
According to engineering, a routine maintenance accident forced them to eject.
I'm not friggin' Socrates, but actually I do.
Yeah, the sort of run-and-tell dad routine here. You think the Bureau's actually gonna fall for that?
You left a clamp in Samantha Cropsey's chest during a routine bypass surgery. Are you suggesting that someone as bound by routine, such as yourself, has never crossed against the traffic lights in order to keep to a schedule?
I was telling the truth?
Well, about the photos. Still not buying the whole touched by a phantom routine.
On about yesterday.
Apparently, Sam followed his usual morning routine. He had a massage in the hotel, then a meeting with his casino manager.
Right, which means just go about your regular routine.
Just try to keep your private moments, well, private. Is this supposed to make up for me missing your adolescence, this routine of listening and disobeying me?
Just hear me out.
Intellectual.
Intellectual. Intellectual.
Intellectual.
Intellectual.
Was an intellectual scholar. I've read quite a bit myself.
Wow. You must have read some pretty big books to get to be the big intellectual. Big intellectual. Big intellectual.
There was this one guy in his unit, real different to him, an intellectual, a real bookworm.
His birthday party shows originality, intellectual passion, everything the books talk.
He's opinionated. We have intellectual debates. You were very sweet, but our relationship was too one-sided.
Never solved. That is, how to make a film that's both materialist and intellectual at the same time.
See that my intellectual rigor falls to pieces the instant I get around you.
How's that intellectual property class going?
Identity thieves, intellectual property pirates, other cyber highwaymen.
The Ashveni, as they are called, have unimaginable intellectual capacity.
Former enemies. The free exchange of natural, intellectual, and biological assets promotes a harmonious coexistence with the Ashveni and its long-standing credo.
Camera. Camera. Camera.
Camera.
Camera.
Sir, every camera in the city's dark.
Okay, maybe that's what our shooter was after.
Would you recognize the guy you took that camera from?
Yeah, sure. We did the bump and grab.
If you don't believe me at all, why did you come here?
Because Neil has a camera with my son's name on it. How?
Okay, well, a victim's room was searched. There was no camera equipment, so it's highly unlikely that he was a paparazzi.
Incredible.
All right, so I just figured out why Alex's camera was on this whole time.
You like it?
We do.
You know, give me those flowers. We put the flower vase here, put a camera in there.
Okay, the camera boom is also wired backwards.
Again. So listen, when you went through the camera security tapes, you were looking for a guy in a green outfit and a green hood, right?
And what do you want me to look for, a man or no?
Give it back, Kevin. The camera is Emma's.
What the hell? Is that?
Respect property.
Camera.
There is not one.
There's a camera on the wall just outside it.
How do you know that?
I saw it.
I have.
Getting hosed down. I look over, and there is a live news camera looking right at me.
Oh no.
Thought there was no traffic camera at 24th and Wabash.
This is 4 blocks south.
Critical.
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 Math 760, critical reading 710, critical reading 710, critical reading 710, writing 740.
This famine is reaching a critical point. Critical point. Critical point. I'm not sure how much longer the villagers can hold on.
There's not enough time to investigate them all.
There's no other way to know which of them might have critical information, sir. Critical information, sir. Critical information, sir.
I work too hard. I use too much hair product. Wow, I'm really too self-critical. But...
Oh, you gotta be kidding. Why do you never carry a gun? You ever think about being less critical? Let's go!
I wanted to mention that in certain critical cases, my advice is to proceed directly to restoration.
Down 16%. CO2 and methane are heading to red levels.
Our projections said that we wouldn't be critical for another 3 months.
Equalize! Airlock pressure is now critical.
Ago. You had to. Because accurate weight calculations are critical when determining the amount of fuel required for a flight. Nor should we. Not at such a critical moment in our case.
The cashier on duty has been identified as 18-year-old Andres Venegas, who's in critical condition at an area hospital tonight. This horrific...
Hospital. I haven't been able to get details except that it's critical.
We have brain damage.
Don't joke, Mr. Palmer. The next few hours are critical. I'm going to want to keep you under close observation.
He was vaporized in the accelerator when it went critical.
Ronnie's alive.
Typewriter.
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 My typewriter on my knees is at. My typewriter on my knees is at. My typewriter on my knees is at.
That's my
big,
typewriter. What? Just be careful with the typewriter.
I need a drink.
I'll get the typewriter. Typewriter. Typewriter.
No, no, no! I need my typewriter. What? Every story I've ever written was on that Smith Corona. It's not just me.
Which is so endless that if you put a monkey at a typewriter and let him bang away at it forever, he'll...
Okay, do you own a typewriter?
Need somebody to keep up with the times. Gus couldn't even turn on a typewriter, let alone a computer.
Oh, there's the tiny typewriter thing where the actress who never gets to speak sits. Leo, take my picture near the tiny typewriter.
Just need to take away the computers and put back the typewriters.
No, absolutely not.
People try
You for 5 years, and I've never heard you mention anything about writing.
Hey, I bought a typewriter.
Typewriter?
Shouldn't Gwen have a typewriter if she wants one?
Mind your own business.
Set him up with a typewriter in my outer office. Scandy, it's time this generation learned my side of the story.
Warrant. Warrant.
Warrant.
Warrant.
Warrant.
You got a warrant?
I don't need a warrant. Warrant? Warrant? I'm not a cop.
Detectives Beckett,
And Esposito, NYPD.
You got a warrant? You got a warrant? You got a warrant? Who are you?
Lance, it's a court of law. And under the law, I don't think your evidence is sufficient to warrant a stay of execution.
What are you doing in my apartment?
We have a warrant.
A warrant for what?
I found these in your bedroom, Miss Lance.
So open the door. We're gonna have that little talk now.
When you get a warrant, I'll open the door.
Bonnie, downstairs. Jeff upstairs, see what you can find. Here's your warrant.
You know why we're in your home serving you a search warrant?
Yes.
Why do you think we're here?
My friend Mark was arrested. He called me from jail and said the police had done a search warrant at his home.
You're out of a job. Warrant's outstanding and I'm probably going to be the target of multiple lawsuits.
Sons of bitches. If we spread that rumor, we are writing his death warrant.
Mount nice and slow for me, all right?
What's this about, sir? I've got a warrant for your arrest.
A warrant? For what?
Big problem. Since Hamilton's body is on private property, we can't get it without a warrant. But it's going to be tough to get a warrant because without the body, we can't even prove he was murdered.
In the wake of the attacks, Captain Lance has issued an arrest warrant for the vigilante known as the Arrow, as the largest manhunt in the city's history is now underway. Captain Lance confirmed that arrest warrants have also been issued for each of the Arrow's accomplices.
What's going on?
Oh, the cops are breaking into Ethan's locker. He's got a warrant and everything.
A warrant?
Time span.
But this isn't enough to warrant suspension, Chief. No way.
Association.
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 Association. Association.
I have spoken to the Judo Association, and they have no record of his national championship.
You want to come with? Denver Pest Control Association puts on quite a do.
Is he here?
You're clearly not with the Biography Association.
I'm sorry, I don't follow.
Yeah, me and you, that's all that matters right now. I mean, Tracy could be an asset because she's a doctor, and maybe Buck knows how to work a rifle, but then again, I don't know if that's just some mental association I'm making because his name is Buck.
You know what? If you're gonna be like this, I don't need the association. Well, good, because neither do I. Yeah, neither do I.
Hands! The both of you!
He never did nothing!
He's guilty by association.
Hey, do you know what ILEGAL is? It's the Illinois Lesbian and Gay Law Association.
Rape is never funny. And the association of clowns and rape is just offensive.
North Korean dissidents?
Freedom fighters, Your Honor.
And due to their association with the NSA, Chum has lost the contract to supply these freedom fighters with cell phones.
And other technologies. First, I'm just gonna give your mom a hug. Your association with my family is over.
Category. 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 Category.
Category.
This is quarterback. I have a situation.
You have 85 seconds.
I need help.
Category.
Somebody tried to kill me. There's a body.
Storm's a Category 2. The Category 2. The Category 2. Captain's recommending we head back.
Here's Category 1. Category 1. Category 1. Letters DFW, BOS, MSP.
Yeah, you got a good eye.
My brother and I took him down in 2017.
You know, he was one of the biggest Category 3s ever. He was 2,500 tons of awesome.
Jack, category.
What's a category is? What's a good category?
Good categories.
Cereal.
That's a good category.
What's your favorite cereal?
Benjamin Barber, perspective.
Perspective what?
I'm a pre-cadet at the academy.
I didn't realize that was a category.
Florence.
Well, certainly your husband doesn't fall into the category of import.
I'm glad I made it to the animate category.
To understand why our baby has been put on the high-risk category.
And which category do your thoughts on the vice presidency fall into?
Liquid.
Liquid. Liquid. Liquid.
Liquid.
And turn it into a protein liquid, and liquid, and liquid. We build a scaffolding to hold the liquid, and we cook it in an incubator to let it grow.
What is happening?
Oh God, is there gluten in this? Gluten, it's a liquid. Liquid. So, soy sauce is a liquid and it has gluten in it.
No. And CO2 freezes the liquid, crystallizing it.
Yeah, I know. So how long?
Well, if we had a freezer, the condensed liquid would cool more quickly because, of course, this is an exothermic reaction.
You gotta be kidding. When Jackie fell on her head during cheerleading, she was on a liquid diet for days.
Please, it's really important. Look, I'd love to help you out, but I'm not very liquid right now.
Hey, Leslie.
Careful, Leonard. Liquid nitrogen, 320 degrees below zero.
Oxygenate him better, and then hopefully he'll get stronger. We could use liquid ventilation. Here I am.
The dragon. The liquid in the bottle, it worked.
It cured me, August.
Not exactly, but it is a liquid that can conjure courage, give strength, or even act as a love potion of sorts.
Humane.
Humane.
Humane. Humane.
Humane.
To keep a person alive, even when letting them die, would be more humane. Humane.
So we jettisoned her emotion nodules a few ticks back. Seemed the humane thing to do.
This is ridiculous. A robot caretaker is just as humane as a human caretaker. It's just...
I'm gonna put him down, and that's the most humane thing to do for him. Yeah.
Noble tribunes, it is the humane way.
Always, his source is a humane act.
An empire is not made on humane acts, sir.
Hi, but Yemen is definitely not known for its humane treatment of foreign prisoners.
That's the exact same dance you did when the Humane Society sent you free puppy address labels.
The door. It's the only humane thing to do.
Hey, man. No, we have a slightly more humane delivery system, but we do have to open you up. It is surgery.
What humane, really?
Lucky you.
Lucky me.
Penalty.
Penalty. Penalty.
Penalty.
Penalty.
Brad, they'll drop the capital charge. No death penalty. No death penalty. No death penalty.
No. Then there's a penalty. Penalty.
I sentence you to the harshest penalty allowed. To the harshest penalty allowed. To the harshest penalty allowed. 10 years in a maximum security prison.
The government, the people, will seek the death penalty.
I'm going to ask the district attorney to petition the governor to reinstate the death penalty.
I'll tase him.
I like that moxie, but we're going to hold off. Do you have any idea what the penalty is for filing a false police report?
3 years.
But you're against the death penalty?
Mm-hmm. Because of what it says about us as a society.
Because Indonesia has the death penalty.
The death penalty is a real possibility.
Well, then consider this your penalty for making me go to Plan B in the first place.
They're going for the death penalty, and Danton said they have the judge in their pocket.